This video features my favorite action shots for the 1967 Topps baseball card set. I've been starting each video in this series with my favorite fielding shot and my favorite hitting shot for the season, and interestingly, the players that are shown on this one were traded for each other the season before. Milt Pappas started his career with the Orioles and Frank Robinson started with the Reds, and just prior to 1967, I think in '66, they were traded for each other. This video shows the fielding positions on the left and the hitters on the right. I'll start with the fielding position. As we saw, Milt Pappas is the pitcher. Looks like he's going into the stretch before he throws a fastball. Followed by Bill Freehan. Looks like he's going to gun the ball down the second base. You can tell that it's a pose because there's nothing behind him but a field, and he doesn't have his chest protector on, but he posed for that picture. At first base is Dick Nenn. It's rare to have a first baseman in a first base pose, but here it looks like he's coming down for a low throw. At second is Felix Millan. Looks like he fielded the ball and is going to throw it to first baseman. At third is Moe Drabowsky. Very often you have to use pitchers to fill in some of the fielding slots because the fielders often didn't pose or were batting, but very often there's a lot of pitcher action shots. So here Moe Drabowsky looks like he could have fielded a ball at third and is throwing it to first. At short is Rico Petrocelli, and I think this is the same pose that they use on his 1969 card as well, but he looks like he got the ball and he's rearing back to throw it to first. In left field is Al Kaline, and this is a somewhat rare pose of an outfielder actually posing as an outfielder. You can kind of picture him, he's standing there in left field looking for a ball to come, a Hall of Famer there. Followed by Jim Wynn. I think this is the same pose that is also in his 69 card, maybe 68 as well, but he looks like he's waiting for a ball in center field. Again, it's nice to see a pose from an outfielder. And then in right field is Rich Rollins, who he's an infielder, but if you use your imagination as a kid playing with your cards, you could see him in right field waiting for the ball to come. Now with the hitters, we'll start off with Mike Hershberger. Looks like he's well balanced there, about to drive the ball down to left field. This is with the A's when they are still in Kansas City. I think they moved to Oakland the next year, right after 1967. And he's followed by Glenn Beckert, and I like this pose. It looks like he's going to hit with average or with high frequency. I think this is the same pose that's also in the 1969 set. Followed by Frank Robinson, and this is my favorite batting pose of all the Topps sets. He looks like he's going to hit with power. He looks like he's got a look of determination and confidence, and you just picture him putting it over the left field fence. He's followed by Willie Horton, and I didn't have this card when I was a kid, but I wish I did because he looks like he would be the star of the team there, hitting a ball over the center field fence. Followed by Pete Ward. Looks like he's going to pull one out to right field. And then Bob Allison with the Twins. And then Johnny Callison. Looks like he's going to hit one up the middle. Followed by Wayne Causey, also a good pose. And then Fred Valentine with the Senators. So here we have it, the 1967 action shots team, and the colors that are on these cards are interesting too, because I mentioned for 1966 that they used those colors over again in 68 and 69, but for the 1967 set they went to different colors. What I mean is like the Orioles, where it said, where you see the Orioles under Frank Robinson, it's yellow. In the 1966 and the 68 and 69 sets, the color that they used was light green, and for each team, that's the situation. The Red Sox were red, the Phillies were gray, but for some reason they went back to the other colors. As a kid playing with cards, there were games that we would play where you would put them in a pile, and once you matched the card, the color of the person who put the card down, or once you matched the team or whatever you chose before you play the game, then you would win the pile. So the colors mattered in that way. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to put up more. Thanks. Bye.